Hi, good morning, and thank you for joining me in my shop. Today is May 14th, and frankly, I don't know what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday in the shop here? The day before, I ended up playing the radio and thinking, anyway, that it was very weak. I had good reasons for thinking that. Yesterday, I turned it on to investigate the weakness. First thing I did was I checked the antenna to make sure the signal's on the antenna. It is. Discovered this weird thing where, I think it's weird, where if you attach the ground to the radio, the signal seems to drop, but nevertheless, the reception was terrible. I went back and forth on the AM band. It could pick up two stations, the strongest stations, but very poorly. And I continued poking around, wondering what it was. I think I looked to see if the local oscillator was weak. Not so sure I got a really quantitative result there, but it seemed to be okay. And then suddenly the radio was okay, and I don't know why. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. So what do you do in a case like this? Something kind of intermittent or something ghostly? What I do is I just carry on. If it's a problem, it'll show up again, and if it's not, it's not. And that's about it. So the condition of this radio is pretty good now, except it has a few remaining capacitors, but none of them are in the radio stages. They're all in the audio stages. I've done one alignment on it. It was kind of it was a first time through, or preliminary alignment, and I'm sure I made mistakes and I don't think I even completed it. Maybe the thing to do to get some more quantitative assessment of how weak or strong the radio is to first start with an antenna and then switch to the signal generator that I can control the output of it. And I'm quite familiar with how radio should respond to the various output settings on the signal generator and compare it. Now that's how I got to the conclusion that it was weak in the first place, but or is this an intermittent thing in the middle of me doing this is going to go from weak to strong? Or. I don't know. I'm hesitant to change the last few capacitors because the ones I took out tested fairly well, and I don't think the ones that are in there are critical in any way. Yeah, I think the best thing I can do is get a cup of coffee right now. Let's start off with a test. So I have this on the broadcast band. Have the antenna connected and switched on. Let's see what happens here. Down here somewhere. It sounds really good. Let's see. St. Catharines. 640. 680. Yeah. Our new government is putting itself together. Well, there's nothing impressive about this. What's all this stuff I pick up here? What is that? Well, that's weird. So, picks up a lot of noise. Doesn't pick up stations very well. It has that weird thing going on up here with the tone elevating as you go. Weird stuff. I don't know what to make of it. So let's go to the top shortwave band, the only one that's really worth checking. I can see where the short circuit occurs. What happened? Oh, the antenna fell off. Oh yeah, what about we put the ground on? Yeah, I don't understand that. Oh yeah, so I was going to show you the short circuit occurs when the rotating plates come in and bang this bar. You know, there's a little bit of dirt right in here. That can't be it. You know what? It's not quite making it to the bar. Something else is happening. Yeah, not much else is happening, that's for sure. Well, what do you make of that? This could be explained by alignment issues still, perhaps. I'm mistaken about one of the capacitors. There's still one in the radio section that's not functioning. Incorrect voltage somewhere, I don't think so. Let's look at those capacitors again. Let me just be sure about them not being part of the radio circuit. So we're talking about this one. It's right on the volume control. We're talking about this one. It's going right to the tone control, and we're talking about this one, which is taking the output from the volume control and passing it on to the audio amplifier, and that's it. There's no way those guys are causing weak radio behavior. And did I miss one up here? There's a little molded guy down in there, but and then there's quite a few mica ones here and there, which occasionally do fail. There's no doubt about it, but very seldom. So I think alignment is the way to go. Do another alignment. Try to do it very seriously and carefully this time, and see if we can't boost the radio's performance. Okay, got my assistant here. Something else we should experiment with is what's going on with this connection, with grounding it or not grounding it. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking into space here like I'm doing all the time. Okay, so operation number 2. Where operation number 1 was doing the IFs. That's done? No, don't do that. Don't do that. You're causing trouble here, buddy. Always moving right into. So operation 1, I'm not going to repeat that. I'm pretty sure I did a good job on it. But it's with you. You know, usually chewing stuff like that. Can we not get something better for you to chew? What about nothing? I've got nothing here. Here's something. Here's something you're gonna like. Here, you're gonna like this. Where are you going? Back up here. There's the mouse. Go get him. Okay, take him in the other room. Get him. Oh, you bum. Here. You ready? Okay. So, a lot of you like watching my cats, so I allow them to come up on the bench and do their thing. Okay, so I've got the marks back here. I figured out which one is 1500. And let's get it going here. Okay. 1500, and we'll warm up the radio. Make sure it's operating on the right. Good enough voltage, 112. That's good enough. And we want this way down at 15. That's that weird sound I just heard behind me. What was that? So we're going to hook up a single lead the antenna. Make sure I don't get it wrong. Calibrate this. Wrong control, Jim. Calibrate signals are very low. 1000 hertz. And adjust this. What have I done wrong? Band I'm on. Yeah, I'm on the right band. Yeah. Okay, here we are. Okay. Now because I made some green marks on the back of this, but a bunch of them got all clumped together, I can't remember which one's which. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on 15. Tune in 15. You can see if we're lining up on something, and we are. No, we're not. See, I've got 3 green marks here. Just have to figure out 3 of them. One is 1500. Oh my gosh. Why didn't I write down and identify them somehow or come up with some kind of a plan? The answer is stupid. I'm stupid. Okay. So here I can look on the dial here now. You can see 1500, 11.8, 8.2. So 8.25 is the farthest one this way. That would be this one. Well, then we can't go that far. So this one or this one. So 1500 and 11.8. So you know what? I am on the 1500 one. And my memory of it is correct too. Or matches. So I'm pretty sure I'm on 1500 here. Pretty sure. Very sure. Okay, don't touch the tuning. Yeah, it's high a little bit. So we'll change the oscillator, bring it down. The oscillator control is it's on the screen there. Can you read it? Anybody read that? Let me zoom in here. Right here. Broadcast oscillator trimmer 1500 right here. Screw down below. Just happen to turn it the right way. So there's 1500. Oh, you know what I forgot? I gotta get this connected. Oh my gosh. We can't do without the meter here. Oh! That's right, I'm using just a single lead from the signal generator, which is kind of weird. So clipping this ground and clipping the other ground, same thing. Same ground, even though one's coming from that machine over there and the other one's coming from over here, it doesn't really matter. So there we are. That's lovely. Excellent. Okay, beautiful sound, and I've got a. So that's not a terribly strong signal there, and yet this is coming through beautifully clear. Okay, the next adjustment is the operation to 1500 broadcast RF trimmer done at 1500. Oh yeah, I can't think straight here for 2 seconds. I have to hook up the. Okay, I gotta shut it off because I have a rule about moving these things while they're operating. Up you go. volume control. Input to the volume control. Come on, cat. Okay, I think that'll be fine. Okay. Put this back on. Okay, connect the meter and the ground. So why is it when I hook up a ground from my outdoor antenna, the radio seems to lose signal? When I connect the ground from an instrument supplying the signal improves. So many questions. Okay, back on. And back on over here. Let me relocate. Negative, right. Okay, we'll tune and see that the meter moves. Yeah. Is this 15? Let's put it on 5 volt, get a higher reading. Okay, we tune the radio to get a maximum on here, and then tune the RF. I could do it with the signal generator, but it's just as easy to do this. You just want to make sure it's maxed when you go to do this next adjustment, which is right up here. So we went up just a wee bit. It might be in accordance with the slight change on the local oscillator. There we are. That's operation 2. Now operation 3 was to do the other end. So we do operation 3, we go down to 600 kilocycles. 600. Only one mark here. Right there. So that should be 600. Let's see. Let me turn the radio up a bit. Okay, so I'm watching the meter now. I'm peaking it. Right there. 598, and of course, we don't really have the dial to look at to know how that really stacks up, but assuming my mark is correct, it looks like the alignment is correct. There were 2 adjustments. One was the at least the oscillator looks correct. The other adjustment, I thought there was 2 here. So let's see, we've got this one down here. It says operation 3. DC coil. Oh, here we are, operation 3 up here. This guy. He's done at 600, which is where I am. Okay, that's this guy here. Okay, watching the meter. I think it was right there. Okay, so that should be the broadcast band properly aligned. The 2 shortwave bands are quick to do, so let's just carry on with them. They become quick to do. Operation number 5 is to repeat number 3. I can say you do that after number 4, which is repeat number 2. So after doing 3, that's these 2, you're supposed to go back and repeat this. Okay, operation 4. Repeat number 2. Number 2. 1500. Okay, we're going to do it. 1500. So I think that's 1500. Okay, watching the meter for max, and then the magic number is 1504. I mean, and if this is the thing, if I set this to 15, and then I just tune the radio, very little amount, you know, how much more accurate can this get? It really looks good. Okay, then we should probably not need to do this, but we will. It's this guy again. First, tune the radio to make sure the meter's absolutely peaked. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's all we're going to get there. Okay, so that's operation 4. Operation 5 was to repeat operation 3. Just, who thought this up? Who in their right mind? Okay, we're down to 600. I mean, it didn't make any difference. I didn't make any changes. At the high end, why would it be any different at the low end here? Shouldn't be. You notice we're getting roughly the same output all the time. Okay, maxing the meter, like volume-wise, we're hearing the same thing. And the magic number is 597. You can imagine I could just move that tuning dial ever so slightly. So I'm not going to do the oscillator. Instead, we'll do the trimmer antenna coil up here, which I'm sure it just there's really no way it should get any better. Okay, gotta watch the meter. Watch the meter. No, it's only downhill from there. So, okay, so I would say broadcast band properly aligned. Now that we should listen to it. Okay, so we take this guy off. Switch it over here. Oh, I'm running the radio on low voltage. Shoot. Usually that doesn't make any difference, but it's quite low, 95. 95 volts, what a mistake. Let's go back. I don't want to ruin this. I don't want to end up with a radio that's still not, appears to not be performing all that well, and then scratch my head. I think, oh, maybe it was that stupid thing I did. Okay, so the idea is we're watching this meter. Didn't even need a cat to do that. What we'll do is I'll crank the voltage to its proper setting. You see you get a lot more voltage here. The volume went up. Question is the radio still tuned properly? Yeah, best way to find out is to actually tune the radio a touch. Yeah, it's still right on. So I can't imagine anything else has changed, and these radios have to be designed so they're not sensitive to voltage fluctuations coming in. If they are, then the radio's going to hop around all day long. If it's sensitive to that. So I'm sure all these radios are designed to make them pretty insensitive to the incoming voltage. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So we're moving on to shortwave now. So we go one band up. This is going to be done at 8.25, I believe, which is the farthest one of these. Adjustments there. So I believe I'm tuning 825 right now. Let's go find out. 825, eh? So quite a ways off on this. Now, is that because I got the wrong? No, I'm pretty sure I got the right one. So if this is 8.25, see, I probably did this wrong last time. 8.25, is that really correct? Even am I making that up? So I'm just looking on the chart here. 825. That'd be operation 7. Wait a minute, I've jumped. Where's operation 6? Who took Operation 6 away? Wait a minute. See, I don't know. I don't think I finished this first time through. 4, 7, 9, 3, 2, 2, 5, 3. Wow, those little up here. Oh my gosh! Oh, here it is. Here, hidden up here. Oh, it's just the center one. I would have bumped into that sooner or later, I'm sure. So, so we're doing Operation 6. 49 meter oscillator coil at 5.7 omega C per S. I don't have this. I didn't mark this one. It's an oscillator. Then I missed this. I think I missed this. I don't remember. Honestly, Your Honor, I don't remember what I did. Okay, running around in circles here. So we've done 5. We need to do 6. 6 is next at. Son of a gun. On this band, the only thing I've marked is 8.25. Well, what if we do this oscillator coil at 8.25? At this point, that's all I can do. How big a mistake is that? How can there be a mistake, really? If the radio's tuned on at 8.25, shouldn't it be tuned on across the whole band? That's the idea. Why they're picking 5.7? Could be because maybe the adjustment's a little easier down there. I don't know. Okay, I've convinced myself I can do this at 8.25. So oscillator adjustment here. This make a big difference in the radio if you're quite a ways out, because there's a series of things you're trying to align. You're trying to line up. You got to get them all in line. Okay, so we're gonna try to work our way to 8.25 here. Okay, so I'm gonna go up a little bit and then try to find it. Good. So I know which way to go. So I'm gonna skip by. Skip by. Wow. This is a long ways. Good feeling about this. Okay, the bottom of the band, this band is 5.7, somewhere down around there. So if we go down here, to the end of the run, there we are. That should be about 5.7. That's my ham radio going in the background. I don't know why it would do that. 5.6. That's pretty close to 5.7. Okay, I don't think that's bad. Sounds pretty good to me. We have a fairly low signal strength in here too, or sort of a medium signal from an antenna. If we go low, still hear it. That's a low signal. So that's pretty good. That seems good. I like it. Okay, next band. Next band is done at, let's see, Operation 7. 49. Oh, I made a big mistake. Big mistake. Okay, so there's 2 oscillator adjustments for the band I just did. And I just turned the wrong adjustment for that setting. So okay, so that explains why they want this done in someplace other than 8.25, because there's 2 trimmers to do. So I have to put this radio back in the cabinet and mark the frequency properly, which sounds like coffee break time to me. What's the number, Kenneth? What's the frequency, Kenneth? 8.25. So 8.25, and this is on this. No, 8.25. That's not the one I want. Wake up, Jim. The one I'm after is 5.7. Right there. Right there. Can be. No, wait a minute. White dot. 7, 8, 9, 6. So that white dot is 5.7. Actually, way out here. Okay, get rid of the parallax. How much you want to bet I'm going to look in the radio and find out I've already marked it? Put your money down. No. No, I did not mark it. It does look marked. What? I didn't mark it right. Okay. I should have looked to see if I'd marked it. Every time I put the radio, any radio, in and out of its cabinet, I figure that's a good time to have something really bad happen to it. That's not the case with me. And we're tuned to 5.7 right now. Okay. Okay, here we go. Again. Looks good. Yep. And we're almost 5. So we're tuned to 5.7, or are we? Now, looking at the instructions while things are warming up. The Operation 6. Oscillator coil 5.7. That's this guy here. This guy. There we are. That won't stay there. A little bit of a practice session there. Ooh. What's happening there? The volume's popping up and down. Could be this. Just a loose ground. Okay, what frequency? Okay, the radio is tuned to 5.7 according to the. Hello. Where'd you go? Uh oh. Incorrect band? Can't be on the wrong band, can it? Could be. Yeah, wrong band. That doesn't help. Okay, now we're ready. 5.7. Thank God that happened there. Okay. See, it's way off. It's not way off. It's a little off. Okay, and looking again. Operation 6. It's this one here. Just pushing on it's making a difference. Okay, which way? Not that way. This way. Oh, I didn't hook up the meter. based on the sound. That would be the spot. So now we need to go up to the other end again, even though it doesn't say repeat. We need to go up there because I think I messed that up. So we're going up to 8.25. 8.25 is the spot right here. Okay, that's 8.25. 8.25. Pretty close. 8.25, right. Could make a mistake anywhere along here. Now, operation 7, 49 meter band, oscillator trimmer, 8.25 megacycles down in this spot here. Okay, anything else on Operation 7? I don't see any other 7s, so we're on our way to Operation 8. Operation 8, where are you? Where is it? I know I saw it. There it is. 31 meter oscillator coil, 9.5 megacycles. Operation 9. Oh my gosh, I don't think I marked 9.5. Okay, we could do this in a sneaky way now. Could we? Could we? No, we can't. We can't. Maybe we can. If I assume the other band is done correctly, then I can put the pointer to a certain frequency after looking at the glass on the radio. I mean, I can transfer. Let's see if this is really making sense or not. Well, by now I've practically got the radio back in the cabinet, really. But what I'm thinking is I could tune, so the next frequency, the one I'm concerned about is not 11.8, but 5.7. So 5.7. No, reading the wrong thing, Jim. Come on. What am I doing here? Operation 8. 9.5. So, right. So 9.5 is right there. But you see it's crossing, like, for instance, 5.9. Just to confuse it. So if I put this band on, tune 5.9, I got the pointer. Got the pointer in the right spot. The coffee must be extra strong this morning or something. It's close. Very close. Again, what are the frequencies? Are 9.5. So 7 is lined right up with it. Is that 7? 55, 6, 65, 7. So if I go to the broadcast band, tune in 700, I'll be setting the pointer right on 9.5. And 9.5 is the right thing. Okay, so we'll try that. If I can remember. So go to the broadcast band. And we'll set the radio for 700 kilohertz. Right, 700 kilohertz. So we go to 700. Well, it's supposed to be in the middle here. Must be picking up a, like double this. Oh, I didn't see what I'm doing. Look at. So the radio's tuned around 1500 and I'm picking it up at 760. So I think it's just a harmonic coming out of my signal generator. So we'll go roughly in the middle here. There's the real 7. But we want 9. Up here somewhere. Good guess. Okay, checking again to see if I've got this all screwed up. I do. We want 7. We want 7. 7. Jam the 7 is what you want. Seven puts the pointer in the right spot. Pointer in the right spot. Let's mark it. Okay, we can switch bands now, and up one more, and now we should be tuned to 9.5. That's where we should. 9.5 megahertz. Up here. Oh, it's right on my band change. I think I ran into this before, and I had trouble getting my signal generator to do it. No, we're okay. Meow meow. What's the matter? What is it? What? I don't know. You looking for your brother? I haven't seen him for like a long time, actually. Where is he? We got the nicest cats here. This is called a cat break to restore our humanity. Okay, I gotta put you down. Oh, here's your brother. He's right here. He's right here. The bro. No, don't. I'm just gonna jump up on something there. Whoops. Hold on, get ourselves a major tangle up. I'm losing complete control. Okay, it's not exactly, NBC production here, I have to admit. Okay, now thinking what I'm doing. I'm totally off base. We think we have this at 9.5. Tuned it in and found it just off a little bit. So we're going to do the oscillator adjustment. Did I say 9.5 at boy, oh boy, here he comes again, and I'm totally out of it. 9.5, yes, we're doing it at 9.5. Come on, Jim. Get your act together here. There it is. Lose track of what I'm up to. Okay. 9.5. How come we're not hearing it right now? Oh, it's practically 9. Did I redo this? Just doing it by ear. Okay, that's that at 9.5, and now the next one is 11.8, done at 11.8, which I have marked, which is right. What are you doing? Man, if you stick your ear right up to a cat that's purring, there's a lot going on in the purr that you can't hear. All kinds of chirpy sounds and weird stuff. I think we have it now. I'm just being distracted. Something terrible here. Oh, I see what happened. Instead of saying Operation 8 and Operation 8, and I say Operation 8 and Operation 9 for some reason. Okay, Operation 9, 11.8. I think that's where we are. Let me look at the thing here and make sure. Yep. That makes sense. Where the pointer is. No, don't. He's really made himself at home here. Okay. That's this trimmer here. This is the last adjustment. I messed this up. I messed up the whole radio again. Yeah, by turning the wrong adjustment. There we are. We're in. Ooh. I didn't hear a thing. This is not working out. What's going on here? Try a little wee one. The screw slot is full of junk. There we go. Now I got it moving. It doesn't sound different at all. This doesn't look good. There's an awful lot of stuff turning in there. I don't know what it is. What? Don't eat that. No. No chewing on lead. No chewing on my clip leads. What's with you, buddy? Didn't I have a... oh, here's that spider. Quick. Cat, how can you... Spider is running around the rim of this container here. The poor thing. When's the road end? Okay, we're going to try to get this over to where my cat can see it. Oh, that was great. He's gone under there. Okay, this could get a little violent here. Where is it? The heck with the radio, this is more exciting. Can't you get that, spider? This is the biggest part of his day today, right now. Oh, no, stick your nose under there. Well, I don't know. It looks like the spider has left. Spider has left the theater. Now, can we remember what we were doing at all after the spider and the cat and everything else that goes on here? The answer is no, I don't remember what I was doing. So we were at 9.5, right? And I could not find it when I adjusted this, which upset me. So, is it around here? There's no spider here. Now I'm all freaked out. I wanted you to keep track of the spider. He's probably under here, right? Oh, that's good. It'll come out on this. I'm not particularly scared of spiders, so. Okay, let's do something here. We have the radio operating. It's on the correct band. It's tuned up near the top, up where this is. You know, the top is not 9.4. Is it? The top is 13. I'm at the bottom. Oh my god, I'm totally lost. We've just... Mr. Cat, what have you done here? Okay, look back on the thing and calm yourself down. 11.8. That's right, 11.8. So what's this doing here? 9.5. Because I haven't moved it up yet. 11.8. Ooh. What's happening, man? What's going on? What's going on? Well, what have I done? What have I done? It's completely missing. What have I done here? Turning this thing has caused a short or something to happen? Because there's something weird going on in here? Oh my gosh, that's where 11 is? Okay, wait a second. Cats have thrown me right off. That is where 11 is. That is where 11 is. So once again, 31 meter, 11.8. Holy smokes, am I ever out of it? I should, normally I would stop. So we do 11.8. Oh my god, I don't know. So I think what happened here is I've tuned the radio previously to the wrong spot. Now that one, I know what that is. This is 11.8 here. Watch out, buddy. You're going to find out the hard way. I think this is 11.8. Yes. Okay. Somehow through the massive confusion I've come out. Okay, make sure this is right on the mark. It is. It is actually pretty darn close. There's nothing to be gained there. 11.8, and that's it. Operation 9, there is no Operation 10. It ends at 9. Yeah. Do you think we were successful, Cat? What do you think? Well, we're gonna check this out. This might be the last thing for this radio. Okay.
We'll read this thing in action. Okay. Isaiah chapter 2. Read with me verse 10. It says, enter into the rock and hide in the dust from the terror of the Lord and the glory of his majesty. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. And if you go now down to verse 17, and the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men shall be brought low. The Lord alone will be exalted in that day, but the idols he shall utterly abolish. 2 times in the space of this one chapter, Isaiah says that Yahweh alone...
That's not bad reception. Okay. Now the next band, there shouldn't be anything here but noise and stuff. Stop that. Maybe up here. End of the road, nothing whatsoever, but then look at that time of day, and now the main act here. What do we get on broadcast? Lots of heterodyne. All kinds of it. Pretty sure this is from Hamilton, and the French station should be right up in here, which is usually a strong station. Maybe I'm wrong about that. It's just a ton of noise and interference.
Downtown Toronto, it's 15 degrees. Good morning. I'm Sarah.
This will be 680.
Here are the top stories this hour. The Prime Minister is meeting with his cabinet. Every 2 weeks, a simple laptop,
I think part of the attitude of Canadians, and it's completely understandable, I feel it too, is I'm just hopeful that the government that's forming is going to be a very capable government and can maneuver Canada through some pretty darn scary waters. When you look at the tariff situation, the country that has had the living daylights tariff out of it is Canada. The Americans get most of their steel, most of their imported steel, the vast majority of their imported steel is from Canada, and virtually all the imported aluminum which they need is from Canada. And they've dumped huge tariffs on it. They have no alternative. They have to buy the stuff from Canada. So their consumption will slow down. They'll continue to buy it at the elevated price, and they pay the tax to their government as they buy it. It's just going to slow things down. It's not going to cause an aluminum industry to pop up in the United States next month. It's terrible. It's just terrible. And the layoffs are happening here in Canada. And if you're American and you think, well, that's okay, a Canadian laid off is an American going to work. No, the layoffs are happening in your country too, and all around the world. Because when one country stands up and says, we're going to tax everything a huge amount, and it happens to be the country that sort of maneuvers materials more than any other country, it slows everybody down. Oh boy, I feel like maybe I should do a stand and deliver video here. Shame on shame. You know, that is one of the things that's missing. I mentioned this to my wife, and she doesn't really get it the way I do. People need to be shamed for what they do. That's the most effective way to correct a person's behavior, is to make them feel shame. And you look at social systems, a lot of them are designed so when somebody does something wrong, like a criminal act, or you know, some less, like not a murder or something like that, but you know, steal something, whatever, they are shamed publicly. And that's the control. And I'm afraid the Americans are run by a pile of shameless people. They just don't feel shame. And so they don't have that control built into them. Where, you know, in other cultures, shame is really big. And it's a big thing. You know, anyway, not to rant too much about that. Let's keep going here. So, not bad. I think it's not bad. Is this guy ever going to be a shortwave hunter? No, never. No, I have regular communications radios that I do that with. And wow, has shortwave ever gotten quiet? And I don't know if it's atmospherics, or it just seemed to me the day after the Americans pulled out of shortwave, all kinds of stuff disappeared. So I suspect a lot of the things I was hearing in foreign languages and that were actually American, and it's all gone. So it's really gotten quiet on the shortwave bands, at least here. Or is it atmospherics? I don't know. So I think we're done on this radio. I'll throw it back in the cabinet, clean it up a little bit. Maybe going to paint this back piece here so it's a little darker. And we'll get one last look at it. And then it's done. And I got another exciting project ready to come in here. Okay, good. Okay, just putting a couple of missing feet onto here. So I did that whole alignment thing without putting the bottom plate on the radio. My experience with this is the bottom plate doesn't have much impact on the radio's operation. But that might vary from radio to radio. I'm sure it would. And certainly the instructions are you should have the bottom plate on when you're doing the alignment. But I did not. There we are. Let's just... Oops. Let's do this. Let's just leave the knobs off for now. We're going to give the radio another try here, just sort of its last hurrah. Okie doke. Switch is off. Power's on. Let me douse the light here a little bit. Did I antenna switch on? Let's get rid of this here guy. Okay, we switch on. So unfortunately, this one is lit only from one side, and that's really a detraction on these radios. They really should be lit from both sides. Oh, here we go. And phono, broadcast.
It's not for the for the main part here. Elliot Freeman from Hockey Night in Canada and 32 thoughts for us. Okay, elbow update. How we
Still has
doing today?
heterodyne in it. I wimped out when they didn't change the last capacitors, but I just don't think they can have any impact on this. Now that's interference. It's always on this station. The chirpy stuff.
Irene Dundas is one of the FD. Public sector at these hospitals, their salaries have been constrained as part of the policy.
Everybody comes with noise. With a Well, it's not the best outcome. But I think I'm going to leave it at this for now. I can always come back to this radio. I own this one, so I can always just remember, if something's still a little funny, bring it back in here, do a little more work on it. But at this point, I really want to move on to another radio. So even if I'm cutting this one just a wee bit short, that's okay. Because the fact is, no one, including me, is going to sit and listen to this radio. That's not going to happen. So it is kind of an issue of how it looks, and that it does work. How well it works is not actually the biggest issue with a radio like this. No one's going to make this their shortwave radio. Not when there's SDRs around, which are really quite. Let's go way up at the top here. 1580. No, that's swooshing. Yeah, not the best result, that's for sure. But like I say, I'm not going to be sitting and listening to this. The next radio that comes in here, though, is one that I'm potentially going to be listening to. So, and it's a alignment issue, I think, and it's a very complex communications radio. So we'll see how that goes. This one, I can only give myself like maybe a 70% on this, because I did fix a few things, the string, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'd like to get up around 90%. That would be better. Anyway, that's it for this one. On to the next one. There's always a next one. Thanks a lot for watching, and see ya.